Okay, now we're going to start taking a look at percentage of. We're going to take percentages to the next level. Now, to take percentages to the next level, we say, well, what do you mean percentage of? If I said 43% of $48 is what? Now, that is a perfectly fine question. It's a perfectly fine statement, but that statement is in words in English. We need to translate that sentence into math so that we can go ahead and do a little arithmetic on it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have to look at some keywords. The first keyword is of, the other keyword is. Now, let's make a little key over here for keywords we need to remember. The word is means equals. Is means equals. Of, well, that means times or multiply. Okay. And what is almost inevitably going to be our variable. And for now, we'll call our variable x, or sometimes we call our variable n for what number. Okay. But we have what? That's our variable. Of is times. Is means equal. Now, the other thing to remember is if I'm putting stuff into a calculator, there is no percentage button on my calculator, so I can't put in percents into a calculator. What I need to do is I need to change percents into something I can use. Well, we talked earlier that I can change percents either into a fraction or a decimal. Well, probably the easiest way to go here is to change 43% into a decimal. So let's do that real quick. 1, 2. 0.43, wouldn't that be the decimal version of 43%? Okay. Of, we already know, means times $48. So of 48, we just bring him right down. Is means equals, and what means x. So at this point, I have now changed my word sentence into a symbol sentence, okay, or numerical sentence. In this case, 0.43 times 48 equals x. So all I have to do in this case is take my little calculator and I say 0.43 times 48 equals 20.64. 20.64. So x equals 20.64, and that's my answer. X equals 20.64. Okay, that is not that challenging. You try. 13% of 7.35 equals what? In fact, you'll notice I even put the equals instead of the word is. There you go. I even cheated for you. See what you can do with that. Now, obviously, 13% can be 0.13. Of means times 7.35 equals x. So we simply come over here and we say 0.13 times 7.35. Answer is 0.9555. There we go. And approximately 13% of 7.35 is 0.9555, about 1. There you go. Now, we could do it a different way. We could go and we could say, how long is a piece of our stick if it is 20%? Now you say, whoa, that's a lot of words and that's in a different order. How long is a piece of stick if it is 20%? Now, we can find a couple things out. First of all, how long? If we think how long, well, that's the same as what? So we'd say x is, of course, means equals A piece of our stick. Well, how long was our stick? Our stick, if I look back, was 6.875. If you'll remember this piece of stick that we were using, when I put it all together, it was 6.875 long. So we have that. So the question is, how long would the piece be if it represents 20%? Well, remember, this was about 33%. So we'll see how long that goes. So is 6.875 times, now we want 20%. So what's 20%? 0.20. And so we say 6.875 times 0.20, and it would be 1.375 inches long. There you go. So it's just a more complicated way to write the same question that we've been talking about. Now, alternatively, we could go even different problems than that. We could say, what percent of 27 is 3.2? Now, in this case, we can go back to our little words and we say is means equals. So I have 27, 3.2, of means times. Now, what do I put here? It says what percent? So in that case, I'm going to put X. Now, in this example, to find X isn't a matter of simply multiplying like it's been previously. Here we're actually going to have to do a little work. Well, if I have X times 27 equals 3.2, to move this 27 to the other side, I need to get rid of it. What is the reverse of times? The answer is divide. So if I divide by 27, there we go. I have X equals 3.2 over 27. So here we go. 3.2 divided by 27. Answer is 0.1185. Now, my question is, can I leave 0.1185, 0.1185 as my answer for what percent is 0.1185 a percentage? The answer is no. We're going to need to change it, so we move it 2 places, and it's 11.85%. So we can turn it around. We can say what percent is, what is a certain percent of what is this, and we can move them all around. Let's do one more example. We say 13% of a number is 42. So the question is, 13% of what number is 42? Well, 13%, 0.13, of means times a number means X, is means equals, and 42. In this case, all we have to do is say 0.13 times X equals 42. And so I'm going to have to move the 0.13, get it away from the X. Again, if I have 0.13 times X, what do I do to get rid of it? I would divide. But if I do it to one side, I must do it to the other. So I divide both sides by 0.13. Don't forget that decimal. 42 divided by 0.13. Answer is 323. X equals 323. X equals 323. And it makes sense because if 13% of some number is 42, that number has to be fairly big, also known as 323. Okay, see what you guys can do with that.